Is the issue of women's rights urgent right now?
That is the conference question, and reporting channels have made it very clear that the magnitude of violations of women's rights cannot be left to continue at the rate at which it is continuing.
So in our conversation of imagining, the faith actors for justice, it was a question of how do we make sure that information around women's rights goes back to our communities? How do we make sure that faith leaders are also part of the mainstream development conversations?
When it comes to decision making and sitting around those tables where decisions are being made about peace and peacemaking processes, then women are not on those tables, or they are rarely represented.
But the women are active and continue to advocate for conflict resolution initiatives, because they think that if they don't do this, the effect of this conflict will be much more on themselves, not for men.
There is need for us to carry our young people along.
Do we have such men in the hall today that can go back to their communities, starting from their homes, to change the narratives?
I want to remind this house that in Africa, persons with disabilities are mostly hit by this cultural belief, because almost in all the countries in Africa, persons with disabilities in the cultural context are seen as people who are cursed.
Quelle stratégie allons-nous adopter pour les bousculer un peu plus?
I really support that we need policies. We need pastors, and there's a role for that, where there's gender policies that can be implemented. But we also need to go to the level of spirituality, so that this is not a program. This is what it means to be a Christian. This is what it means to be a Christian, is to affirm the equality of women.